Hello, beautiful people. It is Wednesday, the 17th. Please have out your social change book and your part two work. And here is what your work will be today. I want to review with you as you start this second part. So, yesterday you did part one check in. If you did not get through that, like you were absent or you did not finish that, after this video, that's your first order of business. No big deal if you were absent or missed it, but just play catch up. You know, the year's going to go by so quickly. And so there's, as like you don't want it to snowball basically. So I would make sure and get that done in the first 10, 15 minutes of class. As you dive in and open up your second check-in, your part two check-in in Canvas today, whether that's on paper up front or on the computer, let's just like take a moment for you to think about, was it a struggle? Was it easy? What was the experience of writing that summary yesterday in your part one check-in? For the second part, I want you to consider a few things, and I have this just on the screen right now. How did you feel about it in the first part? What questions did you have? Did you need to review those slides slash the lesson that I gave last week on summary? Is it feeling, like almost like too skimpy or too easy? Like in a way, it's hard to make it more than one sentence. For the second part, I want you to summarize what happens in that section. So to remind you, you can review that summary video, but for this second section, you're not like tacking on and talking about from page one of your book to now. You are summarizing just what happens in this 25% to 50% part of your book. Is it the same someone? Like, do we meet someone new? Do you write it in a way that's like, so we're still in the castle and we're still with this character, but we've also now met this person. And here is how the conflict is developing. The protagonist, this person is wanting this. However, we've kind of met this new antagonist or this new antagonistic force. And we're kind of, here's how things are building. So a lot of times in that, like when you get a little bit into the book, when you're about like a quarter of the way through it, is when you start to see the conflicts really starting to blossom and develop. And the reader is essentially really led on to what is going to be difficult for the protagonist as far as getting what they want. So keep that in mind when you are thinking about annotating or just thinking about your summary this week. Today's work with your part two learning and work, you're going to continue to read and track the same literary element you chose for part one. As an example, if you tracked and filled out a Google form about character this past week, you will stick with character. And if you feel confused or you feel like that was too hard, you can switch, but I don't encourage it. It's only if you really felt super confused. I would stick with the same one. Open the new part two form, read through the questions so you know your reader's purpose for this week, grab sticky notes for annotating, grab any other materials from your backpack that are helping you. If you're a person who wants to have an alternative Google Doc where you kind of write down your annotations throughout the week, that is also a tactic that some people use. You're going to read that 25% to 50% mark of your book from today starting until next Tuesday when that part three check-in is happening. If you ever feel like you're zooming through your book, balance it with a personal book or a second social change book or any missing literacy work. Happy reading today, and I am proud of you.